he was crazy, but his son still called him dad. Who would have known he'd never come home? Who would have known he'd never come home? There was a young girl who fought for what she had. She fought for life and peace and never to be sad. Who would have known she'd never come home? Who would have known she'd never come home?
All right, welcome to the Rochester Organization of Artists and Musicians podcast. I have a super echo on my headphones. I don't know if you guys do. I'm going to have to fix it or not. But my name is Nathan Davenport.
Hi, I'm Baha.
And in studio with us today, we have...
Patrick Jaouen. How you guys doing?
Very well.
Very well, very well. Ricky Rotten was going to come up here and play a couple songs, maybe Ugly Bitches. Is that the song they got kicked out of Vineyard for?
Oh, well, yeah, the hot debated topic of what is too offensive for Rochester punk. I think we'll have to hold that off till we can get Ricky in here for that.
Yeah, we're definitely going to go into that when we can get in here. But he bailed on us because he had prior obligations, I guess. I don't know why he agreed to it, but that's okay.
Booty.
It
Probably
happens.
not with any ugly bitches, I would suppose.
It's so subjective.
All right.
But thank you for coming on in the last minute here, Patrick. I've seen you around the city a few times. You're not a strange face, but I couldn't name you one of your top 3 pop hits right now.
My pop hits.
Introduce yourself, shit, dude.
Sure. So basically what I do, I'm actually quote unquote a non-profit musician. So I do almost 100% original material. I've been working some covers into my sets recently, but I'm not a big fan of the cover thing, so I do all originals. But the reason I consider myself a quote-unquote non-profit musician is because 100% of anything I make from my music, whether it be from merch, t-shirts, stickers, money from the shows, CD sales, iTunes, digital sales, any profit I make aside from, covering the cost of recording and making the merchandise gets donated actually to various charities of whatever the hell I feel like. So right now, the 2 EPs that I have out, all the profits are going to Golisano's Children's Hospital here.
That's awesome.
Locally.
That's amazing. More bands should take that. It's a great reason to say, here, pay $5 to go see this band, not because, well, they need $5. But that brings up an interesting topic. At what point do things stop being reinvestment into your art and start being, profitable? Where is that line drawn to say, well, this is the money that goes to charity and this is the money that is, I need to print new T-shirts. This is what needs to go to album production, etc. Because, those costs can get through the roof if you're just spending money willy-nilly.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think at least for now, what I'm doing is what I've spent, I take that back first, and then anything additional. If I get to the point, probably that would be if I was, signed and being covered in some way by like a record company or touring in a way that's significantly, making me enough money to actually be able to pay things like rent and, the mortgage payment and that sort of thing.
We would all have to pay rent from this.
Then at that point, I might take that to at least cover my living expenses and things like that. But for now, honestly, I'm not making thousands and thousands of dollars every show. So
that's what I've done in the past with like stuff that I don't know if you went to the Fight MD shows.
Yeah, I needed to go to that and I did not, unfortunately. So
that's Fight Muscular Dystrophy.
Yeah, Fight Muscular
not
Dystrophy.
Medical doctors.
Yes. Sorry, and I do that every year. I've done it for 4 years now.
Oh, really?
And all of the profit I get from those shows goes directly to the Muscular Dystrophy Association.
Nice.
So like you were saying, it's just people, like there's a line you got to have to make profit for T-shirts.
Well, yeah,
CDs.
reinvestment.
But I feel like it's more important to get involved in issues you care about because that's what's going to make the world a better place. You know what I mean? And like you can have your art form there, but I don't know how I'm trying to explain this.
Yeah, I think too. There's been a commoditization of music now, and especially in pop music, where it's all about becoming famous and making millions of dollars. And the point of making music is to become that person. And I feel that I just growing up in a musical family, my father played guitar and all that stuff. It's almost like I'm not a religious guy. I don't go to church. I don't do that sort of thing. And I kind of feel like music is that, and I don't want to taint it with having to pursue it in that way.
That's a very punk rock sort of mindset to have.
There is. I'll almost say though that a lot of the bands that are getting, I brought 200 people and sold out this one venue and yada 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 and sold all these tickets. There almost seems to be an attitude of the amount of money that I make and the amount of draw that I have at a show is a one-to-one comparison of how good of a musician you are. And you'll find, if we want to talk about people being shitty at shows, the cats that are in these huge selling bands, they will downplay anybody that can't, sell out Water Street, for example.
Right.
And it's a tough thing to call out because their response is, well, if you're good enough, you would bring this many people and earn this type of money.
Right.
And I don't know. I'm not sure. Go ahead.
I think what I was trying to say earlier, I brought this book out. It's by Muhammad Yunus. Actually, Ken Braley from Punk for Peace gave this to me. Building Social Business. So operating business but being socially mindful. So you can make money and you can also do other things to help people, which is like similar to what you were talking about. So I think if bands treated themselves more as a business, but operated their revenue streams socially, so you can still make money, still print your merch, still do stuff like that, but have a set allotment that you're giving out to other people. I think if a lot of bands did that, it would be huge, and you would get more draw.
I'll say this. I would love to barter for shows. Play a house show and just get like frozen Tupperware dinners for a week.
No, totally.
Holy shit. That would be the greatest thing ever.
I would absolutely see that.
I think a lot of bands would do that sort of thing too. I don't know. It's my choice to do it, and some people want to do a for-profit thing, and that's cool too. I just feel like I never went down the road of trying to play pop songs or being in a cover band specifically because I didn't want to just not sell out. That's the cliche thing to say, but it's I want to play music because I love playing music.
And if you can help people,
why not?
The way to really do it, Shoot. All right, guys. Evil business plan right here. It is widely known, and for those of you that don't know it, playing in cover bands, that's where all the money is. You want to get paid $500 to pay for 3 hours on a Friday night to a packed bar, learn how to play Sweet Home Alabama. I kid you not.
Freebird.
But if there was just a cover band to end all cover bands, and just, try to put cats like the Sky Coasters out of business and just do everything for charity. Because I've seen, the Sky Coasters, their gear and profit margin and their draw, it's through the roof. They're better than any independent band if you just want to look at it from raw numbers and draw and money, etc. I don't know. Maybe that's what I'll retire on is when I feel like stopping to write pop songs.
Yeah, and I don't want to step on any of that either. I mean, everyone's got their own thing. They play for what they want to do. If people just want to get out and have fun and play music, I completely understand that too, because that if you're a musician, it's like you have no choice but to go out and play. And if you want to play at bars and get a little bit of cash, you do the cover thing.
Yeah. It would. There's actually a show on December 20th. It's called Metal for Medicine. Have you seen this?
Metalson?
It's Metal for Medicine.
Metalson.
Metalson, yeah, sorry, I didn't get that. It's a fundraiser for the Golisano Children's Hospital. And it's like, I can't pronounce any of these band names because it's like that font.
Here, turn it around. The one that looks like semen's dripping, or the one that's really pointy. I remember the first time I saw a grindcore artist. It was everywhere.
There you go.
Okay.
It's the
Those
crazy,
are
like,
definitely
black metal, really hard to read. I don't know what any of those say except for, like, omnipresent.
Yeah, they're all like
Woodhaven. I recognize them.
Who else is on here? Abacate. Yeah, Abacate. Yeah, look on Facebook. Go on the city newspaper website.
One of those words look like gutter.
But it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bands. American Villain Apparel and Extreme Graphics are sponsoring it. Oh no, actually, there's more.
Oh wow. American Villain. They're opening up January between 15th and 20th area.
At the California Brew House, huh?
Yeah. And
Brew
California Brew House. They're having raffles all night, and it's free. It's a free metal show, but donations are all going to the Golisano Children's Hospital.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's just what we were talking about, living proof of people doing cool stuff.
And it's pretty funny too that it's all just metal bands.
Yeah,
like
it's hilarious, like brutal metal.
Metal's a great genre for that. Their fans come out and they do not mind paying for quality.
No, absolutely.
No, it's I wish the other hard music genres were as pure and honest and true as metal.
Right. Well, punk is really, and I haven't been to a lot of punk shows here in Rochester just because.
No, you're missing out.
But I do. I like punk a lot just because it's so guttural and so.
The thing with punk rock, to me, like there was a small debate on Facebook with various issues with Fat Mike kicking that kid in the face and all that kind of stuff.
What was that?
I don't really want to go into that right now because that's going to spur a what is punk argument. But punk rock is that way, and DIY, and are always like trying to support their community and stuff like that. That's my definition. But there's also a lot of punk rock gets to be even worse than even pop, in my opinion, because there's the fashion show part of it,
right.
where you have to look punk, act punk, and you
Have
don't
a pit bull.
like it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But punk rock is that, but there's. I mean that's any genre of music though.
With Rochester punk rock, and I'm not sure if it's true other places. I'd love to hear input on this, but I think we're filled with a bunch of class clown assholes that. I mean, every punk band in the city I hear at shows, grumble, 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 this band sucks, tee-hee, tee-hee, tee-hee. I think we just like shitting on each other just for the laughs of it.
Yeah,
but we're a bunch of mean motherfuckers to each other.
But at the end of the night, everybody's sitting at the bar drinking. So, like, it's the punk scene here is weird.
It's just like I grew up in Queens in New York City, right? So I've played at like CBGB's before they closed down and all those kind of places. And I think even there, I mean, the music scene has changed quite a bit, and you see a lot. And I don't know if this is due to you guys probably aren't big fans of the American Idol TV shows, those kind of like competition TV shows.
America's
but I think
Got
those
Talent.
Yeah, I think those TV shows have started to really influence what's going on in local music scenes in not necessarily a good way, because you start to see competitions happening more so, and it's more a competitive thing. Like back, I'm older, I'm 34, right? So back when I used to play in New York City when I was 18, 19, 20, you see bands actually promoting each other and helping each other out, and you see more of like this competitive thing happening now, where bands are saying this band sucks, don't go see them, go see us, and so on. I mean,
And I think that's where the punk scene still is true to themselves, because I mean, I play in a punk band and I support Sex Teenagers, and I will promote their show. I will report. And it's not just because I'm friends with these guys. It's like I legitimately like their music, and I also want to help the scene.
Right.
And the punk scene is still, in my opinion, out of the things I hate about the punk rock scene, that's the one thing that we do still that not a lot of other places do. Like the metal bands, they talk shit about each other a lot. A lot.
Well, I mean, there's metal and there's metalcore, and from what I hear,
that's
now, I'm
where
not
the
a metal
arguments
enough.
start.
I totally see it. It's sort of like having a younger sibling that you beat up on. It's he's an asshole, but he's my asshole. You leave him alone.
right. Like a little brother.
Oh yeah,
Just beat up all the time.
Yeah, I mean, gotta like one more minute here. But no, you were just talking about America's Got Talent. Jackson from Fevertones went down to New York City and tried out for that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
And he said
I know that
he,
guy. It's the guy that plays with the suitcase drum.
Yep.
He's actually, it's weird. So my mom is friends with his bass player's mom.
Oh, okay.
And for some reason, me and my mom were talking, and she's like, "Oh yeah, my friend has this friend," and I'm like, "Wait, Jackson Cavalier from the Fevertone?"
Yeah.
So, very unusual.
He got approached by after he auditioned. He got approached by I don't know. It was probably a producer of the show, and he was giving all sorts of kudos and everything. Like, yeah, man, keep it up. You got good stuff going. He's hearing if he's got another tryout, but that's a plug on that. But we got some music coming up here for you in just about a second.
One.
I've been staring at this book all night, and I'll be damned if I can write anything to really show you how I feel. Alright, maybe you should go. And maybe everything I said to you, oh, it was a lie. You'd be fooling yourself if you don't think you deserved it. Oh, and maybe all the words I wrote are all the ones that got caught reach my hands up to the sun, way beyond anything you can see. 'Cause you're still in chains and I'm free, but stick close to your faith and your guns. But I know that you've lost and I've won, but you're still so small, don't be scared. And I've opened my eyes and I'm there, and please don't ask for my help, and have fun while you're stalled in your hell. Well, I told you, sit back, just have fun, 'cause in the end you've lost and I've won. No, don't you say I don't care, but you won't know. No, you won't hold me back. Don't you say no. Don't you say I don't care, but you won't know. No, you won't hold me back. 'Cause it's not just a matter of pride, and I hope you get to see the other side. But I know that you won't, don't blame me, 'cause I showed you the way to be free. Well, it's not my fault you can't see, and it's not my fault you're not me. No, don't you say I don't care, but you won't know. No, you won't hold me back. Don't you say no. Don't you say I don't care, but you won't know. No, you won't hold me back. 'Cause I know that you've lost and I've won, as I reach my hands up to the sun, we're beyond anything you can see. 'Cause you're still in chains and I'm free, but stick close to your faith and your guns. 'Cause I know that you've lost and I've won, but you're still so small, don't be scared. 'Cause I've opened my eyes and I'm there, and please don't ask for my help, and have fun while you're stalled in your hell. Well, I told you, sit back, just have fun, 'cause in the end you've lost and I've won. No, don't you say I don't care, but you won't know. No, you won't hold me back. Don't you say no. Don't you say I don't care, but you won't know. No, you won't hold me back.
All right, and we're back. Those last songs was my downstairs mix-up, which was Storm the Bay, Coke Nail by Triglactagon, The Fever Tones, Let It Rain. I think that's the song. I didn't actually have the title. I'm sorry, Jackson. Glenn Cummings, Before the Sunrise, and Patrick's song, I Won, which is, I really like the production on it, the production work on there.
Oh,
I really like the intro in the beginning with like the boxing thing going on.
Yeah, it's kind of a fight song, if you will.
It has that 3/6 shuffle to it.
Yeah.
No, I liked it a lot. And wait, ladies and gentlemen, I have something special to announce. That is the sound of a Jenny coming into this world.
I
Well,
already opened mine. I didn't know we were doing that.
I mean, it's a cool little audio snippet.
I'll sample it. I'll chop it and sample it. That way, if somebody's sitting in here and they're acting drunk, I'll just hit on the MIDI keyboard and I was gonna actually have samples and stuff for this one, but they were all like woo 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 woo, and they make no sense.
I'll get my laptop
I gotta
set up
find
for
some
next
ones
week so I can.
that makes sense.
Were they just random cloud?
They're cartoon things, like just yeah, like ridiculous stuff. I'm actually gonna sample me yelling "Surfs Up." So every time you say I'm Baja, I'm just gonna hit the keyboard.
All right, enough
But anyways,
about us.
back to Patrick.
Yeah, Patrick, our guest artist for the week. So, month. Oh, yeah. Yeah, for the month. Now, you're sitting very here handsomely with your fine acoustic guitar about to play us some songs.
Are you coming on to me?
A little bit. Part 3 of this show is just simply called Shh. It's all right.
Don't talk.
But for this segment, I do want you to talk.
All right.
Tell me about who you listen to, why you wanted to start playing guitar and singing songs, all that cool, crazy bullshit.
All right. Well, I was telling you before the show, so my father plays guitar too, and he's always been in bands since I was little, and I actually used to, when I was about maybe 2 or 3 years old, my dad used to bring me into the studio, and surprisingly, REM used to actually practice in the same studio that my father would play in, and he would be, they would be next door practicing, and then he would be practicing with his band in the one next to it. So there's always been music, but I can distinctly remember the very first album I ever heard was Jimi Hendrix. What was the name of it? Hey Joe, I believe was the first song I ever heard. And then, of course, there's the whole Michael Jackson phase. This was in the 80s. But I had my first Sony, listening to Michael Jackson, singing along to it.
That's much more respect.
Right. But then when I got to be a teenager, I ended up grabbing a guitar and learning how to play. My older brother played, so you have the whole looking up to your older brother thing, and so I started playing guitar. I started a band and all that. And I have a funny story about that, actually, if you guys are interested. Are you interested in hearing about my first band?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I was in a band called Cloud 9, and we got our first gig. I think I was 16. I was still in high school. Got our first gig, and we used to practice in the basement of some Democratic club that the drummer had access to. And there was always an inch of standing water in the basement, like where we would practice. And so whenever I would play and sing, if I accidentally touched my lip to the microphone at the same time I had my fingers on the strings of the guitar, I'd get violently electrocuted.
Completing the circuit.
But the first gig that we had, so we would practice whatever. We had a bunch of original songs. And the first gig that we had was a Sweet 16 for some girl.
That's a show.
Awesome. That's a show.
I'll just say that the genre of music that I was playing at that point, I don't think was really conducive to a Sweet 16 party.
What kind of music was it?
Kill, stab, fuck, steal.
So it was rock music, but I have a little bit of a twisted side to me. I guess you can say that.
We know some twisted people.
Yeah,
we can dig that.
We probably all have that. So before this particular show, there happened to be, because this was also at a bar where other parties would happen, there happened to be 6 or 7 trays of Jell-O shots in the refrigerator. That for the following day's party or maybe following evening's party or what have you. And so me and the band decided, let's get into those Jell-O shots, and started stealing the Jell-O shots, and we ended up playing the show. And I just remember at one point during the show, the Sweet 16 girl was sitting, maybe 10 feet from me, all the families around and what have you. And I just remember getting into a rant about something about your everything you believe isn't true, and your dreams. and
Everyone you know is gonna die.
Yeah, pretty much that sort of a rant. It got pretty dark, and everyone I remember the face of everyone in the crowd during that. So, if that explains my background at all, I don't know. But that is the background.
I like that
musically.
background.
So there you go. So,
fuck you! You didn't know what you were here for today. Your life.
But in terms of like influences, my older brother's band actually used to go out and see a lot. They were called Floor Knob at the time. It was very Mr. Bungle. I don't know if you ever heard of Mr. Bungle, like Mike Patton, and that. They were very much influenced by that.
Okay.
So I used to listen to him a lot. Jimi Hendrix. I grew up in Queens, so a lot of hip hop too. Kind of grew up listening to that. So that's my influences. If you're
Well, that's great. Do you want to play us a song? I mean, do you want to do a 15-minute Hendrix solo for us?
sure,
I mean,
sure. Let's go. I'll do the American national anthem here.
yep. I'm ready. Woodstock Day 3.
No, I'm not going to go into it. But do you want me to play a song? I'll
Yeah,
play a
let's
song. I
have you
brought my
play a
guitar,
song.
so-
Oh wait, let's get a microphone put in the right spot. As you hear rattling, ladies and gentlemen, this
All
is
beer
the
cans here.
The Jenny cans.
yes, Jenny, Rochester's brewery. They did not sponsor us, but let's give a shout out, Jenny.
Should I move this microphone probably out of the way?
You can move it back just a little bit. All right, yeah, that should be good.
Yeah, lean back when you play, get that natural room reverb, all that good shit.
All right, so this song is a relatively recent one. I kind of wrote this as an ode to love, right? 'Cause there's a lot of songs about love, but
Yeah.
like I said, I have a little bit of a twisted side, so it's got that to it too.
Twisted Love.
So this song's called "I'm Done with Love, Pass the Whiskey." So. I've made a brand new start. And I've gone and played my part. And I've sang with all my heart. Broken wise, but gone. Come on. Ooh, I'm done with all these lines, and I'm moving on to live my life, and I'm done. I'm done with love. And I'm done. Just pass the whiskey. And I've taken all I can. It's time I take a stand. But I'm sorry to ruin your plans. My time's in high demand. Come on now. I'm done with all these lines, and I'm moving on to live my life, and I'm done, and I'm done with love, and I'm done. Just pass the whiskey. And it's difficult to see what are we
try to forget it's me. In the subway lines of New York City. Come on now. Ooh, I'm done with all these lines.
Thank you.
Yay. All right. Well, that was great. Personally, I'm done with love and ready to take up a life of alcoholism. Lisa, baby, I'm sorry.
Well, sometimes you got to just love the bottle instead.
It's a love that's pure and honest. Should we get through our show schedule coming up here?
Yeah, well, let's
I'm just
start
seeing
it.
minutes counting down, and then...
Yeah. So let's start it with... you are actually playing on December 12th at Fiona Corinne's...
I am.
Single release.
Oh, Fiona. I love Fiona.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She is playing at Bread and Water Theater to celebrate the success of her Kickstarter project and release of her single Just Go. It's going to be at December 12th at 7 p.m. West 172 West Main Street. Tickets are $3 in advance or $5 at the door. It's all ages. And there's also going to be Patrick Ben Sheridan. It's going to be playing. He's great. And Kaylin Cervini. And also art by Zirius Vandiver will be on display.
Yeah, I haven't seen his art. All the musicians, though, I played it at a vineyard with. All these same guys, and everyone is amazing. So
yeah, it should be a good show.
It's going to be an awesome show.
I was going to say, Fiona, I've seen her come out and represent a few times. She has a mohawk, but she doesn't sing punk rock songs. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's super cute, too.
I mean, this is a great part. Shameless self-promotion. After you're done watching Patrick and Fiona Corinne release her... Or no, it's not a release. It's a celebratory event for a Kickstarter at the Firehouse Saloon. There's going to be a great punk show going on. There is going to be Science Club from Philadelphia. For those of you that don't know, just if you're in your late 20s and you could even be in your mid 30s and just be fatter or older.
I don't like that term.
Whatever you want to call it. It is the jaded get off my lawn, you goddamn kids genre punk. And then to add to that, we're having the Emersons play. Radical Operations we're getting from Buffalo. They also have a podcast. You should just check it out.
Red.
I listened to it the other day, just doing my Facebook work. And then Sexy Teenagers. We're going to play last, so we're probably going to be just shitty and drunk.
And get there at 8 p.m. because you're going to be late anyways, as the event says.
Well, when doors open, people like to show up about an hour and a half later than when doors open.
That's a true story.
So, realistically, music probably won't go on till like 9:30, 10 o'clock. But we have to tell people 8 o'clock.
Yeah, on the flyer you put 3 p.m.
Yeah,
Open.
It's brilliant.
Actually, that whole weekend is kind of stacked because the same day is at Flower City Station is Lap Giraffe, Mr. Donut, and Occupanther.
Wow.
That's going to be from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m.
Isn't there a Bug Jar show that night,
there's
too?
also a show, Rochester Metal Fest at Bug Jar.
Okay.
And that's the 12th and the 13th. Friday night is at 6 p.m. at $7, and that's going to be Malformed and Clagon, Order of the Dead, Saints and Winos. I apologize to anybody that I don't say this right. Darkapathy, Desecrator, and Vagasm. And then Saturday night, which is the 13th at 6 p.m., $7. Still part of the Rochester Metal Fest at Bug Jar. Nocturnal Hellstorm, The Highest Leviathan, Avulsion, Abdicate, Peripheria, Tyrannosaurus, and Circus Grenade. And you can also get both nights for $10. So that's a good deal if you want to go to that.
For the metal.
Also, let's backtrack just a little bit. December 5th at the Montage, 8 p.m. is Nonpoint with Head P, with local support with Million Miles from Broadway, Sativa, and Murder and Rue Morgue. You can get tickets at ticketfly.com. Doors are at 8 p.m., and it's a 16-plus show.
Do not buy your tickets on the internet. Find a local band and buy that from them.
Highly recommend you do that as well. I'm just reading what I proposed.
Well, yeah. No, I had a buddy that bought tickets offline rather than actually getting the tickets from us. And for those of you fans that don't know, if a band is selling tickets, they are under a lot of pressure to sell those tickets from the venue. In fact, the amount of money that they earn is directly related to that. To be the best loyal fan you can, give cash to the bands that you know.
Speaking of loyal fans, also at the Montage, December 6th at 7 p.m., there's a show. They said it's a way of thanking of our local music scene for their support in keeping us going. And it's, I believe, $5, just $5. And it's Order of the Dead Revival, Aggressive Betty, Gutted Alive, Age of Shadows, Ironclad, Beneath Hell Sky, and there's apparently going to be one more band, TBA. It starts at 7. It's $5. They're doing it to apparently say thank you. So it's a stacked lineup for $5.
Yeah.
Also, December 6th, 7:30 p.m., Flower City Station. It's Roots Collider presents the Kevin Kinsella CD release. I'm not sure. Oh, he's founder of John Brown's Body, Kevin Kinsella.
Hey, yeah,
And
go to that show. It'll be a great time.
7:30, Friday in America, the Greener Grass Band, Personal Blend, Kevin Kinsella, and Sense of Motion.
Actually, that'll be a really great show.
Yeah,
highly
Flower City
suggested.
Station, 21 and over, $10. And then December 6th, also 8 p.m., Bug Jar, Hinkin Cupcakes, Roz and the Rice Cakes, Scope and Figure, and Jujajuba. Doors 8, tunes at 9, $10 and $12. And then I already said the Metal Fest. Sorry, guys.
Reading off a list.
I'm not reading off a list. December 13th, Vineyard Community Space has a holiday art and craft bazaar. It's free. And I believe, I forget her name, Kelsey? She cuts hair in the scene. Her art's going to be up.
I don't have hair.
But go to that. More information.
She
still
cuts
gonna come
hair
out,
in
but-
the scene. That's awesome.
Also, December 13th at Water Street, it's 6 p.m. This is a free show, completely free for people 21 and up.
Oh, wait a minute.
Water Street?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sirens and Sailors, Boulders,
That's a
Storm the
good
Bay, Million Miles from Broadway, Red Letter Statement, and $10 for 16 and up with ID, but free for anybody that's drinking. 'Cause,
Sirens and Sailors. They're a good band.
yeah, Boulders is good too. Storm the Bay is great.
Plus, I think they need to re-up all their equipment too, right? So go support them.
Do they?
Yeah, they lost all their
they
got
lost
their
other stuff
stolen, right?
overseas, but Nate has made us more time.
Yeah, just so I could. All right, and this is a really interesting one. I don't know if you guys have heard about this yet, but Love and Cup is doing the 13th and the 14th. They're doing Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas Weekend.
Wow.
At Love and Cup, and it's featuring people from the Moho Collective, the Isotopes, a bunch of other the Swooners, bunch
Go
of other
Topes.
people, and they're doing. Do you guys know who Emmett Otter's
I don't.
is? It's the
Mm-mm.
1977 Christmas special that Jim Henson did. It's with the Otters, and they live in a poor family and
Right.
stuff like that. It's all puppets, but they're reenacting the whole thing. They're having visuals from the show
Oh,
while they're
really?
playing. It's like a whole stage thing. December 13th at 8 p.m. is the first night of it, and it's with the Ruckus Juice Jug Stompers.
The Juice Jugs?
Juice Jug Stompers.
Nice.
And then the 14th is at 2:30 p.m. And then on the same day, they have the third part of it, which is at 7 p.m. One of them is the Waterville Christmas Talent Contest. It's a fundraiser event, and the other one is the Abominable Snow Band. You can check this out at TicketWeb also. It just seems like a really cool idea. It's 3 shows in 2 days reenacting that whole Christmas special. It's expensive though. It's $7 for each night. Oh, $12 for each night for each show. So you're gonna spend about $40 to see the whole thing.
I've spent $40 on worse stuff.
But it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. And then December 17th at the Bug Jar, Nashville Pussy, Against the Grain, and Heat Seeker. Heat Seeker's rad.
Yeah, right.
That'll be a cool show. December 19th at Bug Jar, Night Terror and Holy War, Victim of Circumstance, Curl and Drag, Cursed Out. That's at $7. $5 and $7 is the cost to that. Cadaver Dogs with Keaton and Envious Disguise.
Big punk show.
Bygone Few. This is going to be a great show. Nobody should miss this. It's at 8 p.m. on the 19th at the Brew House, and it's $10. It's not going to start any later than 8:30, so you guys got to get there. Cadaver Dogs are always great. You can attest to that. You've played with them.
Yeah, no. I've played with them a few times now.
And Keaton and Envious Disguise is going to be rad.
I don't know if I've ever seen Keaton at the Brew House. Have they ever played the Brew House?
Yeah, I've seen them at the Brew House.
Okay.
They played with the Results there before. And then December 30th at 7 p.m. at the Vineyard Community Space is Rat Boys, Cult Classic, House Majority, Jackson Cavalier, donation-based. They did not have a time on there. Rat Boys is from Chicago, I believe.
I'm going to be a total dick and just claim dibs on New Year's. New Year's, come to the Firehouse Saloon, a nice big bar with tons of drinks for you to do whatever you'd like. You can see live music from acts such as The Sexy Teenagers and other bands who I shouldn't act like I know anything about this show. I just know that I'm playing New Year's at the Firehouse.
I talked to John, and I want to set up a table and record the podcast for January at that show.
Why would you not do that?
And I want to have you, because you're playing, but I want you to do the co-host thing up until you play.
Right.
So we can hear how you progressively get drunker.
Yes, we can do that. We'll probably have to get like headsets so I can go outside and smoke cigarettes. And should I just be open about the fact that I'll be consuming marijuana substances?
Let's play a game that night. Let's see how fast Baja can get hammered.
We should finish it up with a recording of how shitty we'll play, because whenever we play Last Slot at Firehouse, we're going to be playing Last Slot at Firehouse on New Year's. There is no chance. I doubt we'll even be able to play chords. We're just going to stand up there.
I'll make sure to move one of the mics out so everybody can hear it.
Oh, yeah.
But speaking of which, we're going to get back to some local music, and coming up is Sexy Teenagers.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Underachieving mediocrity.
Tasteless bastards.
Underneath the black expanse, raining implements of death. Far below the mountain's bases, deeper than Satan's abyss, holier than heaven's gods. Breathed an apocalyptic flame, powerful and terrifying. Who will dare to speak his name? With his retinue of millions, demons, gods, and monsters, all heaps of bones, blood, flesh piled higher and higher, but never fall. From the flaming blue-black seed in the heart of the slayer of the Lord of Death comes the screaming skeletal goddess. Lord, protect us. From this palace deep within the meteoric iron cross, every syllable will world's foundations shake and oceans toss. Far beyond evil or good, breathe an apocalyptic flame, powerful and terrifying. Who will dare to speak his name? Crowned in fire, adorned with snakes, wrapped in a cloak of human skin, weapons in each muzzled hand, gloves that beat and blades that spin. From the flaming blue-black seed in the heart of the slayer of the Lord of Death comes the eater of fresh beating hearts. Lord, protect us. Filling our space with swords that slice, demons, demons. Filling our space with winds that chop, demons, demons. Filling our space with sparking crosses, demons, demons.
My mom thinks I'm an alcoholic. She thinks I smoke weed every day, so what if I do? I'm just doing what Dad used to do. She also hates that girl. Yeah, the one with the brown hair, the one who would take me anywhere, the one who cares more about her hair. So now I try to keep shit straight, no matter what it takes. Goddamn, my life's just great.
gosh, here we go. And we're back on the air.
That was Sexy Teenagers, Underachieving Mediocrity.
That was Thoroughbred playing City. What are you talking about?
Lobster Quadrille. And Through the Crowd with High Song. And then the last one was Wabaha's Thoroughbred.
All right, so I have a little
City,
bit of a
sorry,
story
City.
about Thoroughbred, if I may.
Yeah.
I want to
Just
hear a good Thoroughbred
Being that
story.
that was the last song there, so I've actually never heard Thoroughbred until just now. I probably should have looked him up earlier. So I was playing a story. I'm going to tell you guys if that.
Let's
that
do
all right?
this.
I go off on a tangent for a little bit. So
Tangent story, do
all
it.
right. So I was playing at the Bug Jar, and had a show. I don't even remember who I was playing with at the time. There's a couple other bands playing, and so I'm a runner. I do marathons and stuff. Like I do that a lot.
Oh, you probably don't smoke cigarettes, or
I don't
Oh,
smoke cigarettes.
gosh,
I used
you-
to. Back in the day, a long time ago, I used to smoke cigarettes, 2 packs of Camels a day.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and then I started running, and I'm like, oh, this gives me a much better feeling, and I don't feel like I'm going to die from lung cancer from running.
Right.
So whatever. So I'm a runner. So I had my mother-in-law owns an embroidery shop / like she makes T-shirts, stuff like that, right? So I had her make me some T-shirts for when I was running. It says Thoroughbred across it, right?
Oh, snap.
As in being a horse that's a thoroughbred, right? So I'm playing at the Bug Jar, and I have that T-shirt on underneath another shirt. And the Bug Jar, the lights are on, and there's a lot of people in the audience, and I've had a few whiskeys at this point, and I've been playing, right? We're about halfway through the set, and I take off the top shirt or whatever, to show my muscular physique for anyone who's listening. That cares. No, but I take off my shirt, and I have the Thoroughbred T-shirt underneath. So we continue to play. I play, and then afterwards, I'm at the bar, and I wanted another whiskey, and I'm sitting there, and some guy comes over to me, and he's like, "Hey, man, like, I saw you playing, and I was just amazed. Like, Thoroughbred. This must have been when they had just started to form this band. He's like, I can't believe you have a Thoroughbred shirt. I'm like, I'm not really sure what you're getting at, but thanks, I guess. He's like, I mean, I was just blown away by the shirt. How did you know about Thoroughbred? Like, where'd you get that shirt? Are they selling merch now or whatever? And it's like, I don't really know where you're... And he started explaining that they're a band, they just came out or whatever. And now that I hear them, they're freaking amazing.
Oh,
yeah, they're great.
But that's my story about Thoroughbred. Is that I had the T-shirt that apparently was a band from Rochester.
The other guy thought he was being
Yeah,
that
he thought
guy.
I was like,
I mean-
fucking Thoroughbred on stage. Yeah, like,
That would be a really just be that guy that has merch for bands
Yeah,
that
like
doesn't
bands-
have merch yet.
Let's
Yeah.
make that an actual thing.
Here's my limited edition of one shirt
But-
for.
Well, just so you guys know, I have a Colin and the Borns vest. Nobody else does yet.
I'll be perfectly honest too. I played it off because I'm like, oh, it's a local band. I'll let it,
do it.
I'll let it slide. Like, yeah, I support them. They're great.
So I remember the first time I saw real Thoroughbred merch. We were playing a show with Wilksley and Crump, and they have a Nazareth College. That's
the-
their scene and shit. So we got invited over to play a house show, and we're all mid to late 20s. We all went to college and outdone. We're working real jobs now. So going to a party.
You're all accountants.
A couple of us actually do have really lame white collar jobs. But we're at this party, and I don't know if you've been 27 years old at a party with like 18, 19, 20-year-old kids.
Yeah,
Holy
it's
fuck, do you not
horrible.
want to be there?
It's horrible.
So it was just ugly. And Thoroughbred, they were about to leave for Nashville, and we thought we'd saw them for the last time, but they come to this show, and they see these 18, 19-year-old kids and go, fuck this shit. So we just end up smoking cigarettes in the pool room, and he just has this giant duffel bag. And, it looks like he's a drug or arms dealer or something like that. Whips it out, and he's just like, here's shirts. And the best part about it.
So they have shirts now.
They do. They were V-necks. And the fucked up thing is, and they were about to go to Nashville, and I knew I was helping them out. but we got our shirts printed from the same people, and they charge $5 more for their shirts than.
No.
I get it. They were going to Nashville. Maybe the V-neck cost a little more, but most
Sexy
expensive
teenager
shirt I've paid for.
Well, sexy teenager V-necks is what's next, is what you're saying.
Are you going V-neck?
The prices on V-necks, like, they jump up about like $1.50 more per shirt.
Yeah.
And that's weird. I
It's
just
totally
wanna,
worth it to show us some of that
It's-
great chest hair.
give me a razor blade and I'll make you a V-neck on any t-shirt right now.
You should have V-necks listed there, and when people ask for them, just take a shirt out and fucking cut it.
That would be great. Actually, that'd be a cool photo op. Just be like, now we have V-neck shirts. Just cut the fucking collar and just
There you
Hulk
go.
Hogan them open.
All right, well, we are running out of time. That's it for today.
Thank you guys for having me, by the way.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Patrick.
Thank you for coming, and thank you for playing songs. It was great. I really liked it. And thanks to the group of people out there listening, whoever you are. You can email us if you want.
Hey, can I give out my website real
Yeah,
quick?
go ahead.
So HTTP, do you still have to do that?
Port
// So it's Patrick Jaouen, and I'll spell it Patrick JAOUEN.com. PatrickJaouen.com.
And I got these business cards. Are these codes specific to the card? So if I
It
were to
is.
give this code out, then I can't use it.
That's correct.
All right, well, I'll give this out. So
Free song.
for listening to the podcast, you get a free song if you go to the website patrickjoen.bandcamp.com/yum, and you enter in this code, and it's H as in hotel 7 P3 5 T as in tango 5 I. So that'll give you a free song.
And the 75th listener will get a free toaster oven.
Oh.
Legitimately,
Yeah,
you will
no,
get
legitimately.
you will get a free toaster oven.
I got
That
a
is
toaster oven good to go.
That's a big commitment.
No, it's not that big of a commitment. It's not a new toaster oven. I didn't even say whether or not it was working. It's just
That's-
a
all right.
There's
toaster
like
oven.
there's still like a hot pocket in
A
it.
half-used...
Man, I want a hot pocket.
All right, later, guys.
Bye.